So on the Steam Black Friday sale, I also picked up a game called PayDay the Heist. I really want to give a shout out to that game because it's really it just provides something that I've never really seen in a video game. And what that something is this like cinematic stylish experience in a co-op setting, really well executed. And basically what Payday the Heist is a co-op game where you and four or three other people rob a bank, complete objectives, and take out thousands and thousands of police officers, who sometimes act and appear very much like the zombies in Left 4 Dead, which it has been compared to many times, except they shoot gas grenades and assault rifles and they have snipers and helicopters. So there's a lot more. It's a lot more of a challenge. It's a really difficult game at times. Like when you're pinned down, by the cops and like you have one more teammate left and you're just hanging by the thread of a string. It really feels like the last levels of like GoldenEye or you know where you're just like you're pinned down and you know that if you die you're gonna have to restart the whole mission. And but it really it gives you a real challenge. And it reminds me of basically playing through parts of Reservoir Dogs and the beginning of The Dark Knight with the Joker. You just play these comic book looking villains with clown masks and guns, and you run into the bank and you scream at everyone to get the fuck down. There's destructible environments. You can shoot the glass out. Um, you can't kill civilians. That can really fuck you over. It penalizes you pretty badly, and so yeah, you don't do that. But you're just this big scary bad guy, and it's really fun to be that. Um, and the battles with the cops are just extremely challenging. Like you're just gonna be surrounded, and you're gonna have to rely on your you know skills at first person shooters. There's a character progression system where you select a perk, kind of like Killing Floor. You level up that perk, you get new weapons, you get more, you do more damage with your weapons. And um, if you're just starting out and you're playing on hard, you're just gonna get fucked. You're gonna have to start on easy or normal, to get the perks, which will allow you to progress through the game. So if there are no servers with easy mode, you just play single player, which is what I did. There is a single player mode. Your co-op guys don't actually complete objectives though. They just shoot cops, so you have to complete all the objectives. But it's a nice challenge if you want to do that as well. The co-op, the matchmaking system is really flawed. Um, you have to. There's no regular find quick match like there is in League of Legends or whatever. You have to select from a menu of servers, and you can't join a game as it's in progress. You have to join a game that's in the lobby. And because of this, there are usually like four or five servers that are open. And so, I mean, you won't usually have trouble finding a game, but you're not going to have that many options. So I feel like that's really flawed as well. I'd really like if there's more, server options, and you could join a game that was in progress if there was open spots. That would have been really nice. Also, the missions play out cinematically, so they all have different objectives. There's not really any game mode. You're just playing through a campaign. The campaign is... I found it very interesting. Like, I thought it was like playing through a robber movie. And it doesn't get old either because there's enough random elements in it, such as where the objectives are located, where the cops are going to come in, what type of cops you're going to deal with. That, I've played some of these like 7 or 8 times, and I'm still playing them and having fun with them. I do wish there were a few more game modes. Like maybe there could be a versus mode where you could play as you could have one team playing as the cops. Um, maybe you could. I had this idea. Maybe you could have a mode where like there's this one guy who's a robber who's a mole, kind of like the beginning of the Dark Knight scene. I don't know how that would play out, but I do wish there were a couple more game modes in there. Um, this is not a game for everyone. If you want a game that provides well balanced weapons, highly polished graphics with like great sound, this is not going to give it to you. The guns are kind of weak sounding. Graphically, the game looks fine. It's not. It looks like maybe Call of Duty 4 did, but there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't look ugly in any way. It's bright, it's colorful, it's shiny. Um, it's not impressive, but there's nothing about it that makes you go, oh, that looks bad. So, graphically, I guess it's alright. The voice acting is also kind of cheesy, but not in a bad way. It really feels, you sound and feel like comic book bad guys. I wish there was maybe a backstory to the characters you can play. They have faces, names, and different accents they speak in, but there's no backstory to them. I'd kind of like to know a little more about them because they do seem kind of interesting in some ways. Also, there's only like 6 levels you can play through. I wish there was a little more. I was really left wanting more with this game, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. So, if you've ever wanted to play through a robbery scene from a movie and be this bad guy, this sly, master bad guy who can outgun thousands and thousands and thousands of cops with a bunch of buddies, you should definitely check this game out. I would really like to see more from this developer in the future, and I really hope they improve the game as it goes on because I'm really, I think it's awesome. I'd probably give this game a hard 8.0 because, like I said, it's really not for everyone. It has a matchmaking system that kind of sucks. The guns aren't that great. It's not a game where you go there to earn weapons. It's a game where you go there to reenact robberies, basically. But it provides that, if you're into that, it really provides that well. So I have to recommend it.